statement and we'll open for questions.
Yeah. How y'all doing? Hey, great effort. Great competitive game tonight. We knew Tulane was gonna come in. They're a great team that's used to winning. We knew there was gonna be a battle. It was gonna be in the trenches. We finally started getting back to what we do and who we are in the second half, dictating on defense, controlling the glass, and punching it inside where we had our advantage. And then I thought we did a better job of taking care of the basketball versus the press, being more poised and controlled, and getting the shot we want as a team. We kind of was forcing and being a little selfish, I guess you could say, in the first half, and not playing, not playing controlled, settled basketball. So we just got back to our identity and our intensity in the second half, and came together. I'm so proud of the girls that came together as a team and pulled out a tough game.
Nick?
You talked about cutting down on those turnovers. What were you guys saying to the girls, or what did they say among themselves to kind of get back to that style of basketball in the fourth?
We just told them, get back to dictate and disrupt. I mean, they just said, they came together as a collective group and said, hey, no more. That's literally what it was. No more. Do not settle, attack the rim, D up. And that's literally, they came together as a collective unit, and they got connected and committed to one another and how we play, and there's your outcome in the fourth quarter.
David?
Hey, Shay, a little bit of an unusual fourth period for Kyra tonight. She didn't score in the fourth quarter until around the 1 minute mark. No field goals, but she was money from the line. What was Tulane doing there?
It was a lot of double and triple team. Even when that's what their game plan was from the beginning, was to double and triple her and force other players to make plays. So that was really what it was. And then, the other part we told her as well is make sure she tries to get on the glass, because when she gets on the glass, even if she doubled and tripled, that's what she can contribute and, get baskets and get some easy ones.
A lot of things kind of played into this win tonight, but I guess you could say you guys might have won this game from the line. You certainly sealed it from the free throw line down the stretch. Just talk about that a little bit.
Oh, well, we were telling the team, get your shot. Don't take what they want you to take. Get our shot. We wanted to get the ball inside and assault the glass, be at the rim all game. High low, punch it inside, get on the glass, rip and drive. And we finally got to that in the fourth quarter, which was it was either a high percentage bucket or we were shooting free throws.
Did you feel like y'all were a little bit out of sync early on in this game and finally kind of found the gear later?
Yes, sir. I mean, we were out of sync just because we were kind of playing on our heels. We weren't controlling and dictate. We're not a team that eases into things. We're a team that we have to come out and dictate and force how we want the game to be played. And we were kind of casual with that in the first half. Off and on in spurts we had it, but not consistently enough, not with a team like that. That's why they were controlling the game and controlling the tempo. We flipped that in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, holding them to 11 points.
Thanks, Shay.
Yes, sir.
Courtney?
Coach, going back to the shot selection just in the first half, did you think that was just a product of Tulane kind of, forcing the tempo and, making them take shots and then resulting in some turnovers you didn't want to see?
Yeah. I mean, we clearly knew that was their game plan. They went in, they wanted to double Kyra in the short. And if she got rid of it, I think we were being a little impatient, a little wild and erratic with our passes versus showing some composure. But at the same time, if they wanted to double, they forcing people to take those shots that they want you to take. Even Kyra, we were telling her, hey, well, you can still rip and drive and get to the rim versus settling for those 9 and 10 footers. Not saying we can't make them, but that's not us controlling the shot we want to take. And we kind of played into that a little bit, but then, finally, they trusted the coaching and, started figuring it out as the game went on.
For the most part, too, the team seemed like they did a really good job of kind of keeping their cool throughout the game as hard as Tulane was kind of pressing you guys. Did you think you did a good job with that tonight?
I think we did a good job as the game went on. And I'm going to give credit to Mimi. Mimi Reed did a hell of a job tonight running her team, getting people in spots. And then other players stepped up and flashed in the middle, faced up if we had it. They kicked it. If not, get it to the PG, and let's set up and let's get the shot we want.
That's all for Coach tonight. Up next, we have Shakira Austin, and after her, we'll have Daniela Johnson.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, no, Shay didn't have it, so that's why I'm letting you. You don't need it. I need it back. Okay.
Questions for Shakira? Courtney, would you want to start?
Yeah, Shakira, you seemed really frustrated when your shots just weren't going in, the ones that you wanted in the first half. But what changed for you in the second that you kind of kept your cool and was able to get some of those shots you wanted?
Sorry.
Did you guys hear me?
Yes.
Now we can.
Okay.
Sorry, internet
okay.
connection here is weird.
Okay, Shakira, just from looking at you in the first half, you seemed very frustrated with a lot of your shots that were just so close, but a little bit off the mark. What'd you change in the second half, if anything, that allowed you to, finish your shots?
Coach just told me, to not get frustrated, yeah, she just said, Coach had told us at halftime, that I was just, you could see my frustration and that, I just need to be composed. And, I went into the second half, just making those changes, making those adjustments, and just knowing that, to not to settle and I can get anything on the court. So I just continue to, go in strong and finish at the rim.
Thank you.
David?
Hey, Kyra, talk about your coolness at the free throw line. I mean, you kind of sealed this thing up. Yeah, I mean, you hit 5 out of 6 free throws down the stretch. How much work do you put into that? Just talk about that, if you will.
I've honestly really always had a good free throw shot. It's really just been about keeping it consistent. And this year probably has been one of my best free throw shooting percentages from my career. And it's just, knowing that I'm going to be at the foul line and, just getting those reps and just finishing out the play.
Some teams aren't necessarily excited about going to the WNIT. Some of them declined an invitation to the WNIT. How do y'all feel about the opportunity to play on in this tournament and maybe even win it? Do I need to ask that again?
Yeah. You want to connect to hotspot or something? Oh. You said what?
David, can you try that one again?
Sorry. I'll ask you again. So a lot of teams don't necessarily get excited about playing in the WNIT. Some teams even declined opportunities to play in it. Where are y'all's mindset with an opportunity to play on in this tournament and perhaps even win it?
Just go ahead and start.
Honestly, we saw ourselves as being, NCAA tournament team. We really were looking forward to playing in March Madness, against some of the top teams in the nation. I mean, being in the SEC and playing against ranked opponents almost every night. I mean, we put in the work and we know, we're a building program and we've looked at the history and, just teams that come in and win the NIT, they're going pretty deep in the tournament the next year. So, we came into this tournament just knowing that, we're not finished, just feeling like, we're probably a little better than some of the teams that might have got into the tournament, and just knowing that
the Wi-Fi sucks.
It's the smartest thing
we
said
come
all
out
night.
here and just prove to everybody that's counting us.
You would think they'd have good Wi-Fi in Collierville.
So the school Wi-Fi has been fine. Like the one that I'm on works fine.
Oh my God, you're there?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We're right here.
You go.
Really wasn't that much farther for us than Oxford.
True.
Questions for Danetta? David?
Oh, okay. I guess my hand was still up, but that's okay. Yeah, Danetta, I mean, you made a couple of clutch baskets kind of late in that fourth period when the game was still hanging in balance. Just talk a little bit about those.
I had a good start, and then I started to get a little bit fatigued, but I understood the process, and I understood not to get too high, not to get too low, and just to keep pushing for my teammates. So I was able to finish the game strong.
Hey, I want to ask you the same thing I asked Kyra. Some teams aren't necessarily excited about getting to play in the WNIT, but y'all have got a chance to go further and perhaps even win this thing. What's the mindset in the locker room about that?
Everybody's mindset is to win the NIT. We weren't able to get into the NCAA tournament, which we feel like we should have been in, but I digress. But we still get to play postseason. We still get to play. I feel like we're playing at our best right now. So just having the opportunity, man, just taking advantage of every opportunity, and just continuing the success here at Ole Miss, doing stuff that has never been done.
Thanks, Danetta.
Thank you.
Courtney?
Danetta, Tulane was a much more physical team against y'all than Samford was last night. How were you just able to control them so you guys could finish down the stretch?
We're a physical team as well. So we play in the SEC, the most physical conference. So I feel like it wasn't too much of a shock. At first it was, because we were like, oh snap, like they're coming out to play basically. Not that we degraded them or anything, but we just had to get that edge throughout the game, and we found it, and we just kept plowing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question from our mystery user there. Can you go ahead and reveal yourself?
Netta, got a question for you. Yeah. I want to know from you. I know it's tough. Your coach hadn't been there, but what has been keeping y'all going so that y'all can defend the way that y'all been doing? Thank you.
I mean, Coach, you instill everything in us. I mean, we got it in us. Like, you're a pit bull. We're a bunch of pit bulls and mixed breeds, but we're a pit bull at heart. But just having a leader like you and just instilling that confidence in us, it just makes it much easier to handle this process. But we can't wait to have you back.
Let's go.
Did we get to ask the mystery user any questions?
Go for it. We're going to hit the bus. If you want to stay on, you can.
Sure.
Thank you.
Coach,
What's up, y'all?
thoughts on Colorado?
Just a really well-oiled machine. You know, JR, the head coach, has been there for 5 years. So, you know, they're going to come out and be really solid. Obviously, they don't lack confidence. They beat Stanford this year. I expect it to be a good game. JR was texting me the whole game, and I couldn't even text her back because I was just like totally focused. But, you know, I expect them to give their best fight, and we're going to do the same. It's going to be a good game.
You look like you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I am. I wasn't. I went for a walk before the game. I was so stressed out. And then, you know, at halftime, I cursed the whole group out because we weren't playing like we know how to play. So like Kyra said, just getting them to calm down, relax, you know, listen, it's tough to win in postseason. It's even more tough to win when the head coach is not on the bench. You know, just give these cats credit for the effort and the work they've been putting in. And it just shows, I told y'all last year we were building a foundation. This year's proof of concept. We pack our D in our suitcase, baby. We're going to play defense again Monday night. Our goal is to win the NIT. I'm just gonna tell y'all that right now. So that's our focus. And my girls are playing their butts off right now. And I'm so proud of them.
Thanks,
You got
Joe.
soundproof walls in there, or the people next door hearing you during the games? How's that going?
Well, my husband doesn't even bother me when the game's going on. I was just like screaming all over the place. Like, and when Mimi got that steal and brought it out, I was so proud of her. And then after the game, I got on the phone with him and we just celebrated the whole time. I'm just so freaking proud of my team, man. Like, from the coaches all the way to the managers, you know. Like I said, it's not easy. You know, I think everybody understands, you know, what's at stake, but them doing it, and I'm looking and everybody else has their head coach. Look, Lisa Stockton, she has been there 27 years. That's a veteran coach. You know, she's been through a lot of wars. And for our team to show the resilience that they showed, that they're trying to get another pair of shoes off of me, I could feel it.
Yo, have you got a better idea when you might get back courtside?
Yeah, we got to win one more, and then I'm back.
Okay.
It was a big gut blow for me because according to my math, I should have been back for the championship game. But according to the CDC's math, I was a day short because the day of the game is day 10, and I can't get out until day 11. So I have to wait until the final four. But I got full confidence in my team. We'll get it done. They know how bad I want it, and they want it bad too. So, you know, I got full confidence with them. We're going to have a great game plan. We'll be ready to go.
Coach, obviously it's not easy for a team to trail for a majority of the game and come back and win it in the fourth,
Yeah.
but your team was able to pull that off today. How much confidence does that give you to know they can essentially go toe-to-toe with probably any team in the WNIT?
Oh, I mean, I always had that confidence. You know, I just knew that they were unsettled. And I knew that the press would bother them some. And so I needed, and sometimes we can be a little stagnant when we play against zones. So I needed us to be more composed. So my talk at halftime basically was like, look, just be under control. Take the shots you want to take. And that's what, like, Kyra, you don't have to settle for jump shots. I know you hit them, but you can go to the basket. And if you look, third and fourth quarter, everything was at the rim for us. So, and I thought that was the difference. Another hit that big three, and I just ran around the room 3 times. We needed that desperately just to give us some space. But my team's confident. We play in the SEC. If we could beat Arkansas and Kentucky and Alabama and lose to Tennessee by 1, we think we could play with anybody in the NIT.
Coach, glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Thanks.
See, Coach.